Sophia hated rainy mornings. They made the city feel heavier, louder, colder. She stood in line at a small coffee shop near the subway station, holding her phone with shaking hands. Her bank app was open. Balance $2.17. The cheapest coffee was $3.50. She swallowed hard. Behind her, people sighed. Someone checked their watch. Another person tapped their foot impatiently. Sophia stepped out of line embarrassed. She hadn't cried in public for months. She was proud of that. But today, it felt close. 2 weeks earlier, she had moved to New York with big dreams: a new job, a fresh start, a better life. Then the company shut down unexpectedly. No warning, no paycheck. Rent was due in 5 days. Her savings were gone, and her family lived too far away to help. She stood near the window, pretending to text, just to hide the fact that she couldn't afford coffee. That's when a voice spoke behind her. Hey, excuse me. She turned. A guy about her age stood there. Maybe 28. Simple jacket, kind eyes, a little nervous. You dropped this, he said. He handed her nothing. She looked confused. I didn't drop anything. He smiled awkwardly. I know, I just didn't know how else to talk to you. Sophia blinked. Before she could respond, he continued, I saw you leave the line. I thought maybe you were short on money. Her face burned. I'm fine, she lied quickly. He raised his hands. No pressure, really. But if you want, I already paid for your coffee. She froze. You didn't have to do that. I wanted to. There was no pity in his voice, only kindness. After a moment, she whispered, Thank you. They sat at a small table near the window. Rain slid slowly down the glass. I'm Daniel, he said. Sophia. They talked. At first, small things, where they were from. Favorite movies, how terrible subway delays were. Then real things. She told him about losing her job. He told her he worked night shifts as a delivery driver while trying to become a photographer. She laughed. You don't look like a delivery driver. You don't look broke, he said gently. She smiled for the first time in days. That coffee turned into a walk. The walk turned into exchanging numbers. And that turned into something neither of them expected. They started meeting after his shifts, sometimes just to talk, sometimes to walk across the bridge at night, sometimes to sit silently sharing cheap pizza. Daniel never tried to impress her with money. He didn't have much, but he had time and patience and a way of listening that made her feel safe. One evening, Sophia finally broke. They were sitting on the steps of a quiet park. I'm scared, she admitted. My rent is due. I still don't have a job. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Daniel didn't say, everything will be okay. He didn't give fake promises. He just said, you don't have to face it alone. The next day, he showed up at her apartment with a printed list. What's this? She asked. Every company that's hiring within 3 miles. I checked all night. She stared at him. You did this for me? He shrugged. Kindness isn't expensive. She hugged him for a long time. Weeks passed. Sophia found temporary work at a small design studio. Not perfect, but enough. Their friendship quietly turned into love. Not dramatic, not loud, just steady. Real. One night, rain returned. The same kind of rain as the day they met. They sat in the same coffee shop. Same table, same window. Sophia looked at Daniel. You know, you never told me why you paid for my coffee that day. He smiled. My mom used to say, you never know who's fighting a battle you can't see. He paused. She raised me alone. Some days strangers helped us survive. A meal, a bus ticket, a smile. So I promised myself, if I ever had the chance to be that stranger for someone else, I would. Sophia's eyes filled with tears. That coffee saved me, she whispered. No, he said softly. You saved yourself. I just held the door open. She reached for his hand. I love you. He squeezed it. I love you too. A year later, Sophia stood inside her new apartment, a real one with sunlight, with plants on the windowsill. Daniel was behind her holding two coffees. Guess what? She said. What? I got the full-time position. He laughed and lifted her off the ground. They celebrated with cheap Chinese food on the floor. Later that night, Sophia placed something on the kitchen table, a small frame, inside it, a receipt from that first coffee. Daniel smiled. You kept that? She nodded. That was the moment my life changed. He kissed her forehead, and outside, the rain fell again, but this time, neither of them was afraid of it.